Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel Let's Slice Data with Saurabh. So till now we have learned a lot about Azure and today I'm going to touch a new topic, that is Azure Storage. So we will discuss the theory first and then we will go and create a Azure Storage account and we will see how the end user is going to access that particular account, what all they have to do for that. So be in the video till end and try to learn new things. See, I'm also not a pro in Azure, but I am still learning. I am learning and I want knowledge that what I gain in a hard way to share it with you in a very simpler manner. So that tomorrow, if someone will come to you and say that, okay, do you know anything about Azure or Azure storage, you can talk about it. What kind of storage is there? How can we keep that particular storage for how much, how long period and what kind of redundancy zones are there. So everything I'm going to discuss in this video and I have make it very simple for you. Okay, so let's start with that. The first one is like Azure Storage. Azure Storage is a Microsoft cloud storage solution that offers high availability, massive scalability, durable, secure storage for various data objects. So basically, this is the feature of cloud, right? That it's highly available, scalable, durable. If you have not seen my previous videos, go and watch that. It is all covered there. It's the foundation for the modern cloud data storage scenarios. And why we are doing that? Because, we have to scale a lot amount of data into the storage, basically. And for that, if you use the on-prem, you have to purchase a lot of infrastructure, and from time to time you cannot scale that. Once you purchase, it is with you, it's a cost for you. And in cloud you can scale it up, scale it down at any given point of time. So for that only Azure Storage is helpful. Okay, what are the key features? Key features I've already explained several times. That is scalability, designed to handle massive amount of data, scaling out automatically to meet peak demands. Let's say in the evening the demands will go up, it will automatically meet that. A single storage account can store petabytes of data. You try to understand, it is saying petabytes. Okay, availability zone, LRS, ZRS, GRS, RAGRS. So all I'm going to discuss, basically the data is replicated multiple times to ensure durability. Let's say you have one data in your system and by mistake somebody has deleted that, you will never get it back. But in cloud, you have multiple copies of particular data in a multiple region, multiple locations. Through all these things, you can redundancy options, you can access that. Security, as I told you, security is high level, default encryption, HTTPS access is controlled using active Azure directory. Who can access? Role-based access is there basically. So you are an admin of that particular data or you are just a end user. So basically there are several roles which we can define based on this and you can utilize that. Okay, then the accessibility anywhere in the world, you can say globally, basically it is accessible. You have put some data here and somebody can access it from US, from Nigeria, from America, from anywhere in the world. Core Azure storage services. See guys, we don't have to be master in everything. We have to understand that basically what is of our use. So let's say Azure Blob storage, which we are going to use the maximum. Whenever you are going to work in an Azure project, means till now I have used Azure Blob storage a lot. Files and all are like SMB and NFS protocol will be there. But I believe like Azure Blob storage is the best one to use and we are using it a lot. And we are using basically in Office this only. Unstructured text, binary data like images, videos, documents, anything you can use, and Azure Blob storage is the answer. Object storage for large amount of data, backups, archives, data lakes for analytics, hosting. So what else you will do other than this? Azure File is also there. Cloud on-premise file sharing, lift and shift of on-prem applications that rely on file shares and shared application storage. But mostly we are using Azure Blob storage in our day-to-day work, basically. Azure Disk Storage, virtual machines, the durable storage for Azure virtual machines for OS and data disk, offering different performance tiers, standard SDD, SDD. So when we create VMs, right, we have used this. Go and watch my video and you will get it to know. Azure Queue Storage is there, like up to 64 KB per message. Message is there. Basically, it's for message, the message which are coming between application components. Table storage is also there, a large volume of non-relational database. So basically on your usage, what kind of storage service you are going to use. But I tell you, mostly we are using Azure Blob storage, that is unstructured data. and in the documents also, basically. That's why we are doing a lot of analytics work on that unstructured documentation and everything. Then access tiers. This is also very important, guys. So what kind of access you want? So let's say you want to use that particular, when you store something and you want access frequent is high, so then you can go for premium. But you have to pay highest storage cost, lowest access cost, SSD backed. So storage cost is highest, access cost is lowest. So you got my point, right? When you need it on a high or frequent basis, you can go for premium. Hot is frequent, higher storage cost, lowest access cost, data actively used in frequent access. Cool is infrequent, it means like once in a 30 days retention, minimum 30 days retention is there. Lower storage cost there, higher access cost. So it is like a backup where their data is there and once in a while you need that. Archive, rarely accessed. So lowest storage cost and highest access cost. So this depends upon your cost, what kind of usage you have. You can choose like premium, hot, cool, and archive. These are all the access tiers for the blob storage. So guys, as I told you, we are using the blob maximum, and this is the blob tiers, basically, you can say. And what kind of tier you want to use, let that is premium, hot, cool, and archive. So this is there. And this is very important, guys, whether you want your data in a single data center, but 3 copies. So 1 copy will go in vain, then you still have 2 copies to access. Single data centers, protect against localized hardware failures. Then the zone redundant sector storage. So 3 hard copies are there, 3 copies will be there. Multiple availability zones within one region. So one region and zones. I have already explained this in my previous videos. You can go in there, watch that. Then the GRS 3 primary, 3 secondary copies will be there. Means it depends like what kind of data it is, what kind of data you are dealing with that, whether you need a single copy, you need a 6 copy, you need a 10 copy, whatever you want in a one location, in a multiple location. So locally, LRS, ZRS, GRS, and RAGRS, read access GRS. So basically you can read only here. It's a read access for the secondary data region. GRS is like protect against major regional outage. ZRS is protect against data center lever failures, localized hardware failures. So you can see based on your usage, you can do LRS, ZRS, GRS, RS. These are the redundancy option basically for the Azure storage. So what all I have seen means like while working, basically in most of the cases, maybe LRS and then maybe ZRS, not more than that. GRS is like very important data, 3 primary, 3 secondary, 2 geographically separated regions. One is US, one is India. You want to save your data in several locations. See, Azure is cost. It is like pay as you go. As much as you want to utilize that, you have to pay for that. It is very simple. But from our learning perspective, you can understand the Azure Blob storage is there. And most of the time we are doing it hot. You know, storage cost is hot, but lower access cost, so that we can easily access that because it's frequent, right? So we have to go for the optimized option for the storage. And what all we can do, we will learn into the our this portal. We will create one we will create one storage account in the portal, and then we'll see how can we do all these things and where all these things are used. So I will say no here. I will go to the portal. So guys, I am in the Azure portal. I'm entering into the Azure portal. So guys, please do this by yourself, then only you will learn, otherwise not. In the resource group, first you have to create the resource group. I have told you this several times. And how can you create that? Resource group is a container, and I want to give the name as Saurabh Shukla Central India RSG resource group. And I will say review and create. Okay, so here saying resource group created. See, first you need to create this resource group. Then only you can do something, right? Without resource group, you're not going to do anything. So where is my resource group gone? Resource group is created, SSCI RSG. And I can see that in overview, it is located in Central India, this and that, everything is fine. Now we are talking about the storage account, right? So let's go to the storage account. This is the storage account. And we have to create one new storage account. Okay. So let's say I want to create one storage account. See, resource group, it has already taken because I have created this just now. And storage account name is very unique, guys. So you can give, let's say, SHUKLA147. Okay, so I have given it. It has taken. Otherwise, it will not take if it is not available. And it is also in Central India. Preferred cause, see, the storage type, as I told you, right? Blob storage, files, others, tables and queues. I'm going to use Azure Blob storage. Most of the times, this is perfect. And I'm going to take it standard only. And I will say here, LRS, because locally redundant storage. That will save my cost, right? As I've told you, here, LRS is locally redundant storage, 3 copies, single data center. See, I'm not going to do it for the real data. So I'm just doing it here. Okay. And then advanced, let's see what is there in the advanced. So enable storage key access. Key access is fine because I have to take that key and I have to show you that, okay, how the client will upload a file and how the client will use this particular network storage account. Public network is enabled. That is perfectly fine. I'm not going to touch that. Data protection. Data protection is enable soft copy, delete for blobs. Days to return, delete blob 7. Means you want or you don't want. It depends. I don't want it. Enable soft delete for file shares. I'm not going to check any one of it because it is going to give me a cost. Then encryption, if I go there, so it is saying Microsoft managed keys, blob and files only. That is perfectly fine. Tags. Okay, let me go again. I want to see that where it has gone. Yeah, this one I missed actually. You can see here access tier hot, cool, and cold. So I took it as a hot. Optimize for frequently accessed data and everyday usage scenarios. So hot is very important here. You can choose cool and cold. Depending upon this, you will have to pay the cost basically, right? Everything is fine. I will go and review and create. So it is validation is in progress. Okay. Now it is showing me everything. You can recheck that. Subscription is Azure subscription 1. I tried, means I can rename it as a pay as you go as well, but this is the default, so I do not touch that. Resource group is SSCI RSG, Central India. Storage name is this. Azure's Blob account. Performance standard, LRS I have already taken and I have taken hot. And let me create that. Okay, so it has initializing my deployment and it will create a storage account for me. See guys, this is not a rocket science, right? Everybody can do that. But until you do it, you will not get that confident that, okay, how can you create a storage account? That is going to help you. So once your storage account will be done, it is still in progress. Deployment is in progress. So once it is done, then you can see that easily. Till that time, I will go here and I will want to show you something. See, client does not have all these, functionality and they know that, okay, what to do, what not to do in the portal. They are not so well equipped, right? So for that, what you need to do, you have to download this Storage Explorer Windows x64. Basically, if you go and Google it, Storage Explorer Windows x64, you will get it and install it in your system. Basically, I accept the agreement. I will install it. See, you will give the client this particular tool. Okay. And from here, they can upload the file and, download the file, whatever they want to do, they can do that. Okay. Your deployment is complete. If I click on overview, refresh. If I go on home, and I go to the storage account again, I can see that. Yeah, so this is the storage account created already, right? So you can see here, this is the storage account created, this and that, successfully done. Okay, if I go to the redundancy here, as I told you there, LRS, ZRS and all. So if I go to the redundancy here, you can see that it is in Central India, which the reason I have chosen, it is LRS. You can change it to GRS, RAGRS, ZRS, whatever you want. And then your data can be saved in multiple locations, as I told you. But right now it is only in one location because I have selected LRS. Fine. Okay, great. So our this thing is done. Now I have to go to the key basically. Let me search for the key, K, E, Y, access keys. How can I access this particular account from this? Okay. I will give customer this particular Microsoft Azure Storage Explorer tool. And I will ask them that, okay, you can connect from here and then you can do whatever you want to do. I mean, I'm not going to give them the portal access because they are not so well equipped. Your client is like, as sort of, I need the something, to upload that particular file or to download that, to save my data and all these things. So you can do that. Let me go there. Okay. And I will go here and I will say storage service or account. Okay. And I will say account name and key. Okay. I will say next. So display name, I can, so client can give anything. This is, he has downloaded from the internet. Okay. He's not going to portal so that he will not touch your configuration and all. He will give display name as STORAGEACCOUNT, storage account. Store account name, he has to give the same one, right? Which I have given here. That is SHUKLA 147. So he can give it here that, okay, SHUKLA 147. Okay. And the account key, if the client want to access this, you have to give this. You just copy this particular key. Do not rotate it, otherwise it will change. And go back here and paste it here. Okay, so now from this tool, we will access the portal. Let's see. And we'll say connect. Okay, so this is created. Now I will go to my Blob container and I will say I will create a Blob container named as test. Okay. So now my Blob container is created and its name is test, which I have created just now. Okay. So my test container is already created. You can see here, Blob container is created here. Now I will go to my portal. Okay, I will go again back to that so that you can learn it easily. Okay, I will go back to my, see, this is my, this thing, right? And if I go here for the containers, so I have not created this test in my portal. I have created this test in my Microsoft Azure Storage Explorer at the desktop, and it has already been created here. Okay. And let's say here, if I upload any file, I will give it to the customer and I will say, you can upload anything, whatever you want to do here. So he will go here and he will say that, okay, from the documents, from here documents, okay, sample vertical current, let's say well header data. This is the file which he wants to upload. And he said upload. So he will upload in the downloaded version of his desktop. Okay, he has uploaded it here. And when you check it in your test, see, well-headed data is already here. So he don't have to go to the portal. He can just interact with this particular kind of interface and he can upload and delete and create any kind of Blob containers so that they don't have to learn a lot. Okay, how to create that, what is resource group. So you can do everything at the backend and give this particular tool to the client and he can upload this particular file from here and then he can delete that as well. I mean, whatever he wants to do, he can do that basically. The delete option is here. And if I delete this particular file from here, it will say, I said that's everything. Yes, I will delete this particular file and then I will say refresh. Okay, and I will go back to my portal and I will refresh this. I will not find it here. So I hope it is clear now. So how to create a Azure storage account? How can you give the redundancy option? What are the different type of Azure services? Then what is the access tiers and redundancy options? I have told you everything, guys. Thank you for watching. Keep learning. It is going to help you. Okay. Keep learning. And if you have any question, please put it in the comments. I will definitely try to resolve that. Thank you very much. Bye for now.